Dad and Mom were frantically working on a recipe in the kitchen. Meanwhile, George came in as usual. He finished all the milk and tossed the empty carton straight into the trash. But when he pulled the report card from his backpack, things took a sudden turn. His grades were terrible. Mummy Pig picked up the test paper. Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig flipped the table in anger. Mummy Pig hit Daddy Pig. They were going to give poor George a serious talking to. Mummy Pig soon returned holding a shiny box, but when she opened it, inside was a belt. They were going to really heat George's behind. Both parents rushed upstairs to knock on George's door, but George refused to open it. At that moment, George was playing Fortnite. Peppa stood there watching, clearly impressed by her brother's skills. Mom and Dad kept knocking at the door, but George remained unmoved. Then Daddy Pig came up with a brilliant idea. He climbed onto the roof, tied a rope to the family car, and hung it outside George's window. Then, Daddy Pig tied the rope around his own waist, and like an action movie hero, he swung in through the window. He grabbed George by the nose, dragged him into the car on the roof, and tied a balloon to the car. The two floated together in the sky just like that. George looked terrified, but Daddy Pig found the whole thing hilarious. He wanted to teach George a lesson up in the air, but of course it backfired. Both ended up hanging from the car, until George slipped and started falling. In midair, he grabbed his dad's pants, using them like a parachute to barely land safely. Moments later, Daddy Pig screamed as he descended from the sky and crashed heavily into the ground, making a crater. George walked over and couldn't hold back laughing at the silly Daddy Pig.